So she was at Elam, so and she used to paint a blue line and a red line and then a blue line, and it was like a teal color, like a light teal color, and a red line and then a blue line and then a red line, and then she put a black line under it, black line under it, black line under it, and the whole painting was this teal, blue line, red line, teal line, and all her paintings were the same. And they were either big blues with a big red with a black underline. I'm pretty sure it was that black line, but I know it was the blue and the red. And then she'd do another blue and then red and then blue and red and just all the way across the page. And then there were little tiny ones, blue and the same thing every time. And she'd just look at it and says, "Oh, that's fantastic." He says, "Why?" He says, "Oh, they give me such a hard time. They want me to try different things at Elam. They want me to experiment and try different things, but that's all I want to paint. Just line, gap, line, gap, line, and just like a brush stroke, and then a different color brush stroke, then a blue one, then a red one, then a blue one, a red one, and they're all the same. All the paint's the same. Different thickness, but all the same strokes." I said, "Oh, that's fantastic, especially that one and that one." And she says, "Can you see that?" And I said, "Yeah. That's the one. That's the ones you didn't do." And she goes, "Yes. I try to tell them at Elam that, but they don't get it." And I was cracking up and laughing. I said, "Yeah, no, because they're the ones you didn't do. They're the ones that your hand did it for you. And the other ones you're trying to replicate it to try and get back to that same one that you didn't do. And you're trying to let go. Even now and then you stop letting go and you do another one. Yeah, that one. And then you try and do it again and replicate it." He says, "How can you see that?" I said, because I used to do Chinese calligraphy, and I do paint and I do the strokes. And the best Chinese character I ever do is the one I didn't do. Is when the hand did it for me, and I just watching my hand painting, and I go, "Oh, look, it's beautiful." And then I try and replicate the same one. It was ugly. But as soon as I start trying, the stroke was perfect, and something comes through you into the hand, into the brush, and makes the perfect stroke. But as soon as you try and do it, you can't do it. And that's why I said that's why I can see it, because you can tell I can see the ones you use and do, the ones because they're perfect. And they weren't perfectly in line. They were perfectly empty of her. And I could see that. And she said, "Oh, I tried to explain to Elam, they just don't get that." She said, "I know, you just want to know what it feels like when you don't do anything, when you can let go and just keep drawing lines. Just keep going. Don't worry about it. It's just yours." It's like the golf player where they do the perfect stroke. They sit there and they go, "This perfect," and they just relax, perfect, and go, "God, I wish I could do that every single time." And then they spend the whole time trying to do the same stroke. And then one day they'll stop trying and they'll do another perfect one and go, "Here it is again." And then I'll try and do the perfect stroke again. Playing darts, it's the perfect dart where you throw the perfect dart and gets triple 20 and go, "Okay, I'll do that again." One, 5, another one, another 5. And then you give up and then you throw another triple 20, perfect dart. You go, "Oh, what did I do then? I want to do the same thing again." No, it wasn't that. It's the same thing as when you let go, it's perfect. It's just this other thing happens. It's insane when you get out of the road. And so I saw that in a painting. It was just beautiful, and she just said that. And there was paintings. I love it when you go to the galleries, the big galleries where the masters are, the masterpieces are, and you see this painting of these strokes and things, and you look at it and you go, "God, that's one brush stroke. He did that in one brush." There was a guy, and I can't remember, it was an Eastern painter, and I can't remember what his name was, and he had the turban on his head, and you can see that he just did one stroke and got it perfect. And I can't look at that. The confidence is to be able to do that, not have to go back and touch it up. He just went one stroke, and the lines of the stroke were perfect to capture the whole head. I look at that, I said, that, the mastery of that. And that wasn't the only thing he did in the painting, was like that one stroke, walk away. Because somehow or other, something was being channeled through him when he did that, because he brought that into the world. And she'd bring it in. With every time she didn't try, she brought in that thing that was just perfect. Every time I didn't try, I'd bring in a perfect Chinese character. My teacher, Gary, says, "Oh, God, that's perfect. I can't do it like that." I said, neither can I. I try it, but all the rest of them look like shit, except for that one. He said, that's perfect. I said, yeah, I don't know how I do that. It's nothing to do with me. But it's the same principle. It's the same principle about getting out of the road and something. And so the art is a doorway to bring that through you into this world. And there's something when your husband's painting, and he will know this by now, is we will be watching his hand moving and he's not doing his hand. His hand's doing it by himself. His hand, or you can talk to him about it. He'll do that, and he'll get glimpses of it where he's just painting and his hand's moving and he's not moving his hand, and it's painting for him. And then you want to replicate how that feels, and it's difficult. As I say, Josephine gets it through music. We get it through Qi Gong. Qi Gong, you'll get to stage where you just let go and you'll do an exercise perfect. When you don't try, you'll get it perfect like that. It's the same principle. It's just anything you do a repetition on a high level, you'll get to a stage where it'll just be perfect, and you didn't do it. And that's what we try to go back to, try and replicate that feeling of that, because the feeling of being out of the road of that and something's moving through you is extraordinary. And the painting's a very beautiful way of doing that, of actually experiencing what that feels like, or just having their body. Josephine does it with her guitar. She'll be playing a guitar, and her hands are moving. She's not doing it. She's watching her hands move because they know the songs. She gets it through her voice. She can let go of the voice, and the sound comes out. It's not her. She hears a note. She was telling me the other day, when she was doing the sound journeys, she can hear the sound of the note coming before she sings it. She hears it audibly, and then she'll sing the same note that she can hear, the same sound, or whatever the frequency of sound or however the wave is. She'll hear it first, and then it comes out of her, and she watches herself singing the same note that she heard. And she's not singing it, it's coming out of her, but it's the same one that she heard. I said, that's pretty freaky. And said, but as soon as you start trying to sing it, then it sounds like you. Go figure. Who are we really as human beings?
Isn't it a state of meditation?
Yeah, exactly.
When you do that, because if you do things, even some of my work in IT, I do when I'm fully immersed in the topic, my hands and everything work. I'm not thinking anymore. It's just happening.
Yep.
And
That's
I
it.
think
Perfect.
this is where you become good in what you do
Yeah.
if you don't need your active mind for it anymore.
Yeah. It's an instinctual thing that you're inside something else where your mind's not doing it. It's your body's doing it for you. Something's guiding you, and your mind's not doing it because you've done it so many times. Your mind can get out of the road, and that's
And it's
a really good. So you can do it through working through. You know it so well that you just see yourself moving, doing things, and you're not even doing it. It's just happening for you.
And it's
That
actually, it doesn't feel at work at that time. It
yeah.
even feels like, since it's a meditative state, you
Yeah.
even kind of recover at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's relaxing and it's just happening, and it's kind of a rest as well.
Mm.
So,
Yeah.
so
Well,
that
you don't have
I
to do
enjoy that
anything.
if I manage to do that.
Yeah, that's good. Well,
And it works with everything, music, with
does.
work, with
It's the
doing
same
the
principle.
dishes, the garden, whatever
Yep.
it is, everyone has that.
Yep. They do it. People do it all the time. People brush their teeth like that every day. You brush your teeth. You don't even realize you're doing it, but you do the same thing every time. You do the same pattern, same up, same down. You dry yourself the same way. We do it all the time. If you could watch yourself drying, you realize you're not using muscles. But as soon as you watch yourself, the muscles start activating. But if you weren't watching, you just energy does it. Your body just automatically do it. But as soon as you watch it, it's
Yeah.
like when you put your foot on the clutch on your car. You do it without even knowing you do it. If you could watch your foot does it like this, and it's just effortless. But as soon as you watch your foot knows you're watching. It goes. It's like watching your breath. When you try to watch yourself breathing, I'll just breathe slowly. As soon as you watch yourself breathing, the breath tries to be perfect. Start to try. It's the breath's trying to do. The breath's trying to impress you how good it is at the do the breathing. It's just madness. Oh, I love it. Happens in sport too. I talked about the dart thing. I remember talking to I treated a silver fern, which is a New Zealand top basketball players. They world champion, things like that. And they're really, really good. And I said to her, and And I said, so how do you know who you're going to pass the ball to? Because they go flat out. The netballers, the level that those girls play at, my God. They go flat out. She said, well, it's interesting. You don't actually think. And I said, oh, tell me more, tell me more. And she said, what happens is you get the ball and your mind in a split second works out that woman, my partner, she can only go there, and that woman's in the road. This one can go that way, but the pass will be intercepted by that one. That one will go this way, and this one's going to stand in front of her. This one will go there. This one's going to go here. The only person goes, she has to go to the side, and she throws it into the gap. All of that in a split second. She said, I can see it all at once, and I just know where to throw the ball, and I don't even throw it. The ball throws itself. I said, oh, that's fantastic. So what happens when everybody's just said, if we're in tune with each other like that, nobody can touch us. Nobody can eat. And that's why the passes go bang, 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 because it's all just happening in a millisecond between the communication between people. And that's why and she just, where it's got to go. There's no other place it can go.
That's why when you see sport teams, when there are some emotional troubles in the team that is not working anymore, or like especially in soccer when they sell players to someone else because of money reasons, it disturbs the whole team atmosphere, and then it takes a while until they get back to this kind of a flow with a new setup.
That's it, because they've got to tune into the new person.
Yeah.
They've got to tune into the way that person plays so they know when I kick, where's he going to be? Because I used to kick over there and the other guy was always there, but now I go to kick and he's not there. You're there and you're not quite in the same place. And so there's an adjustment has to take place to work that out, because they just read each other. They can feel what everybody's doing in the game. It's such a beautiful thing. Any sport's the same at that level. Yeah, exactly the same. I love it. I just love it. That's why I like watching sport at that level. Or I'm a motorcyclist, so I watch MotoGP. And what they do at 250 miles an hour is insane. How they can adjust things at that speed and be that close to each other, and they're driving in and out of each other and feeling each other on the corners and without bumping into each other. Sometimes they do, but most of the time it's just this other thing going on, and their awareness of what's going on with that bike. Mm-hmm. And to see the bike starting to move, and they're sliding the bike, not only the front wheels and the back wheels, sliding it into the corner, drifting it into the corner at a couple of 100 miles an hour, and then powering out of the corner. This is ridiculously insane how clever they are. And that instinct at that level, phenomenal. It doesn't matter what sport it is. I just like watching it, that the mastery of just letting go and just being that good that you can just ride it at that speed.
I never was on that level, but when I played AFL, I just enjoyed that, like, you use the whole body, not like soccer where only use your legs. So that the whole body, like you always were engaged with everything. And that's that flow you create when playing a game, not being stopped, and you like in American football where you then build up and do a move. It's this constant flow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. I like watching the All Blacks. The same thing playing rugby. Their communication with each other and where they are and their awareness of what's going on and the speed that they played is phenomenal. I just love that. It's not even the sport. It's not even the brutality of the sport. It's just this human connection thing that I like watching. And you can tell the mood of the game of where their minds are as a team. That like their one mind's working. If their minds change, they've moved, they've shifted their consciousness, and it's palpable to feel. And the other team pick it up, and then they start playing with the vulnerability of the other team. It's all psychology. It's a miraculous thing. I love that, especially at that level of sport, because they can just let go. They can just let go and fall into that space, and just
when you see them performing the haka in front of the others, and how do you react if the other team shows such a unity in front of you?
Yeah. It's an interesting thing. I've been both ends of the haka. I've given the haka and I've received it. They're both,
I know,
very unique experience. They're cool. I mean, it's the warrior thing. You see, it's just that. Yeah, it's a lovely thing, and it's the energetic feeling you get to experience, And through painting, same thing. We started off with the painting, we'll go back to the painting. It's still the same thing, Judy. They still get to feel that same thing when the brush goes like that and you didn't do it. And he gets to feel that feeling of where something did it for him. And he'll know what I'm talking about. You talk to Pete, he was talking about you painting today. What's he doing talking about me? I don't even know him. I said, yeah, he was. He talking about you painting. And just having that expression where it just happens by itself. It's such a it's like a gift from God, because you get out of the road for that split second. You get out of the road of your life, get out of the road of your mind. For a split second, you get to see potential of who we really are without mind. It's just miraculous. Anyway, enough of that. Very cool. Any more questions? We haven't had questions. I've been waffling on a bit. Sorry if I've been waffling too much. I got excited then. Get all excited. That's great. I just love us humanness. We just have this innate gift to have extraordinary experiences beyond mind, beyond the shit that goes on in the world, all that blah, blah, blah stuff. Well, it's been going on forever. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in having the human experience. It's got nothing to do with any of that. Way, way, way more beautiful than that. It's the one stroke on the painting. I want to know about that.
I had an experience on the train the other day. I was just, 2-hour journey, just blissed out, looking at the trees, love the trees as they're going past. And I looked around the carriage and everybody's like this.
On their phones. Yeah.
And it's like, people, you're missing out so much. If you could just come into the moment with me. And, I got off the train just floating and they got off the train still scrolling. And it's just so sad.
It's sad, Gary. I was talking to Josephine this morning about that. It's so sad. They're missing. These kids are so controlled by the media. My son's especially, he's 9 years old. They're being targeted. They're being targeted by these games to keep these kids completely mind absorbed into these games. And it's almost like it's evil. They're mind controlling the kids. And you say, the kid can just not do it. Yeah, but all the rest of the kids are doing, they talk about it, they do everything. And it's vibrant, it's active, it's stimulating, and it's bloody clever, because real life's not as exciting as that. That's more exciting than their lives. More exciting than going to school, more in life than anything. They do more exciting than schoolwork. And so they've got completely absorbed in it. But they're not the only ones absorbed in their phones, are they?
No. It was everybody in the carriage with me.
Everybody in the carriage is on their phone. It's just this addiction, this worldwide addiction. It's not coffee, it's not drugs, it's not alcohol. It's bloody social media has become the addiction of the world. It's like, whoa. But it's just, how can it be good for you to be stuck inside your phone all day? There's got to be another one. Like, this is just another step, putting your headphones on and just living inside cyber world, isn't it? Sitting at home in cyber world, not even going out. It's just like, whoa.
For creativity, it is needed to feel the boredom, especially for kids. If they never go into the stage of being bored, they don't learn to figure out what they enjoy doing. But it's the same thing when we all have our best ideas, when we have our phones in the hand. No, it's when we go for a walk, when we come back from a pleasant conversation, when we have a longer shower, when we just lie in the bathtub, when we maybe cooking or do the gardening. So every time when you're able to kind of switch off your mind, that's where creativity or ideas will sprout. And that's the thing we kill with this over attention, because in the second we feel slightly bored, we touch our phones.
Yeah, I totally agree, 100%. Yep.
Well, yeah. What I was picking up is we're afraid to be by ourselves anymore. We don't know how just to be. It's like we've got to have something to do, because I don't think people like themselves very much, and if they've got nothing to do, they have to face that. Whereas if they can
the
just
mind.
scroll on their phone, they can avoid themselves.
It's got to do with the mind. The mind needs activity. There's everybody's stuck in their minds, and I say everybody. A lot of people are stuck in their minds, and they're stuck in their minds, and the mind demands activity, demands something to keep it busy. It doesn't like doing nothing. It's got trained to be constantly busy, constantly activities, constantly thinking, constantly problem solving, constantly creation, constantly, and so the mind's become this mind world where the mind's overstimulated. And these games, of course, overstimulate the kids' minds, but we're overstimulated as well. And how hard is it just to switch it off and then come back to a stillness and note and it's quiet? And this is like terror for a lot of people because this is where the loneliness is, and this is where the emptiness lives, and this is where the most people's pain lives in the place of this quiet. So just fill it back up again. And so, to be able to go into a place and realize that inside the stillness is one of the most joyous places in life. Most people don't know that. It's like terror. It's terror for people. And so I was like that. I mean, I used to fill it up all the time. I was scared shitless of this being by myself. I couldn't even be by myself at home. I'd turn the TV on and just keep me company when I was young. The thought of being by myself was terrifying. Just the loneliness, because I had this idea that the loneliness was bad. You're a loner. Oh, there's a bad person who's a loner. Okay, can't do that. So being at home by myself, there's something wrong with that. It wasn't until I realized that actually having your own space and your own place to be in thoughts, and it was actually a beautiful thing. Oh, yeah, they don't teach you that, do they? Well, some schools do, but generally they don't. Yeah, it's mind-blowing. This whole phone thing, it's a dilemma. I think it's not helping the world. It's not helping civilization. It's not helping humankind. It's not helping us to evolve as humans. It's just putting us into a little tiny box in our head, and we're just becoming minds thinking in a box. So we have the headphones on before we know it, and we're just reliving in that world, and we're just going to lose track of self. It's just horrible. It's just this weird thing that's happening in the world. But there's a lot of people not doing this, but there's a huge amount of people that are. That phone obsession is outrageous. It's just, and the addiction. My son, when I take it off him, he goes into detox. He goes crazy. I go to Josephine, look at that. They're just drug withdrawals. It's horrible. The kid's 9. Oh my God. He gets half an hour, and you think that I've just sawn his leg off. It's like, what? It's just a weird thing that's happened, and it's pretty hard because all his mates are doing it, and he doesn't want to be the odd one out, and I can understand that. I don't know. It's not easy, but that's the same thing. Not going out to dinner and looking at your phone. Josh and I have a policy. We go out for meals. We don't bring our phones out of our bag. We leave them in their bags. We don't sit there at the dinner time scrolling messages on our phone while we're waiting for meals. We don't do that. We talk to each other. But we're the only ones. We're the only ones in the restaurant.
You talk to each other.
Yeah. We're the only ones in the restaurant doing that. Everybody else is on their phones.
Even the adults.
I'm saying all the adults are on their phones too. They don't talk to each other either. They're all they're on their phones as well. They go, oh God.
I've seen people handing it over to their 3-year-olds just to shut them up.
Well, that's a common thing. They go out for dinner, they take the iPad with them, sit them up with the iPad so they can talk to each other, so the child doesn't disturb them. I mean, not everybody does that, but it is enough that it's noticeable.
Yeah.
There's a lot of parents out there when I said to Josephine, there's a lot of parents out there struggling just like we are to how do we meant to resolve this with them? How do we meant to get them that there's a better life, a bigger life, and a more exciting life than what's on that phone? When that phone is so exciting and it's so overstimulating and it's so bright and colourful and entertaining, and it's just they're trying to compete with it. It's pretty difficult. Oh, we'll go out and we'll go to the beach. Go, I don't want to go. Oh, we'll go to the movies. I don't want to go. Oh. And I like what you just said before. Martin was about the bored. He says, I'm bored. I said, well, if you're bored, there's 2 options. You can stay bored or you can do something else. Which one do you want to do? I'm bored. Well, up to your choice. You can do that. You've got a whole room full of stuff you can play with. I'll play with you. Find me something, we'll do something together. So we build Lego. Martin knows that me and Rita build Lego. So we've got
You remind me, I still have to build some stuff. I have a little opera house waiting for me.
oh, very cool. I'll send you a photo of our latest one, which was the Guardians of the Galaxy spaceship.
Oh,
It's
that sounds
very
great.
the big one. The big one looks like that. It's about as
Yeah.
big. It's
It's,
very cool.
I built the opera house in this size, but
Right?
now I have
Have you got a big one? Oh,
the
wow,
big one.
that's very cool. We,
Did I tell you how I got it?
no, no.
Because it's not on sale anymore. So the Sydney Opera House is not on sale anymore. And so my brother came once for a visit to Vienna, and he said, "Ah, Martin, do you mind if I stay 1 or 2 days longer? Because I would like to do a little bit more in Vienna, and I know you're off traveling." I said, "Yeah, yeah, fine, fine." So what he did, he bought a used one,
Yeah, yeah.
traveled around Vienna, picked up the box, hid it underneath my guest bed, and 2 months later, he came again for my birthday. And then he said, just a second. And then he came out with this massive box. And I thought, like,
Oh,
how
where
did
is
you do
that?
that?
You've never
And
done, but you
and
just
and I was that close in finding it. So because before he came again, I cleaned up the guest room. I did
right.
everything, and I said, like, should I also clean under the bed? Ah, nah, that's enough.
Ah, you weren't meant to see it. I love it. You weren't meant to spoil a surprise.
You know
That's
that
so cool.
story lasts for a long time now.
That's a great
So
story.
he's teasing me on that for a while now.
Oh, that's very cool because I know you both like doing them. There's something happens in the Lego too when you're inside that place building. Oh, it just disappear. We're building a prototype. We made one with 6 wheels, a car at the moment. We're making out of all the techniques. And the two of us just sit there and we keep making pieces on it. And so we can just the creativity in that. I
Yeah.
mean, it's $1 million compared with sitting on his bloody phone playing
And
Minecraft.
it's it's this state you get into,
Yeah,
for we
yeah, yeah,
spoke
yeah.
before, is this kind of meditation. You
Yes.
just like you just do, you see, you build, you're not really thinking anymore. You're in this flow state.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's it.
And that makes it so amazing. And I know when you sent me the pictures, what your son built and what he were proud of, like, and the details he interpreted in and said,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
yes, he had touched this piece because that should do that, and
yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah.
he added this because so that this spaceship can do this,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so.
yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah,
you
he's
could
great
see
like
there
that.
is a lot of that there was a lot of things and creativity happening. Yeah.
He'll build something, and I always ask him, explain what it's all about. And he goes through all the detail of what the booster's for, and this is for, and that's for. And he's thought of it. Yeah, when he makes it, and I just love that. That's what we should be doing with our kids, you know. And today he's out. We're taking him to play paddle tomorrow, to get him out. He's swimming. He was swimming today. Now he's at the beach with his mate. Anything to keep him away from the iPad. I mean, he only gets half an hour a day, but you might as well think the whole day revolves around that half an hour. But he was upset that he might come home too late to have his half an hour. He didn't want to go out because he didn't want to miss his half an hour iPad with his friends.
Oh,
He didn't want to go out with his friends and go and do things because he might miss out his half an hour. Like, oh, half an hour wait. Your friends aren't always going to. It's like, just, I mean, I'm not the only one. I imagine bazillions of fathers and mothers have the same issue with their children, their bloody phone and their iPad. My God.
my best
The
friend's
addiction, it's
daughter,
just an addiction.
my best friend's daughter was around 5 when I came for visit. And if I had my phone longer than 2 seconds in the hand, she would pick the phone and bring it to the other side of the room.
I love it.
Because this is like one-on-one time. This is not
Yeah,
including
this is not fun
this
time.
here.
I love it. That's cool. Well, we like that. That's good. And encourage them, you know. We're working through it. We're working through it. And I just keep, as long as at night time we play cards. Do I watch TV? Rain and I, we play cards. We do Lego. We do puzzles. We do actual picture puzzles. And so we do puzzles, we do Lego, and we play cards. We play cards, actual cards. And not just, we actually play cards. I've called them to play, I should teach me how to play 500. He's good. He's good at cards. And he teaches them to count and everything. And we play oh how, and we play blackjack, and we play poker. But the game we play is it's Coon Can 500. It's a particular game. He really likes that game because when you pick up, you've got to pick up the whole pack. And Mum and I play that game, and it's great. And it is, and there's a whole table talk going on around that, which is just really lovely. Yeah, and I use the cards because my mum and my dad, they played a lot of cards when I was young. Not necessarily with me, but they played cards, so I remember that, and they were really happy doing that. So I've introduced that into him, and he plays lots of card games. Oh, I love it. Do you know Ludo? Here's a game. Does anybody know how to play Ludo? You know Ludo, the game? It's where you have these little squares, and you've got 4 dice, and you have to go around the board. And there's 4 squares where the 4 people can play, and you've got to go around the board, and you've got to go all the way around and get home, and you've got to get all your 4 around the board back home. Yeah. If you get jumped on one way the board, you get sent back home again. So when I was young, we used to play this game quite a lot. It was a fun game. When I got older, we used to play it, but we had to use it as a drinking game. So every time we got landed on, you had to drink as well. So I remember lots of fun with this game. And so I brought it into the family. I bought the game, and we played the game. We've never finished a game yet. I've discovered that 2 members of my family don't like being jumped on. They get all around the board at your championship throw. They're just about to get home, and you land them and send them home. Well, that's it. The dice gets thrown. I'm not playing anymore. And Raiders, he storms off and come back and play. What's going on with you guys? So Ludo hasn't been a great success. I just laugh. I just thought I'd put that. Nothing against him, I just love games. They're not always a great. I remember when we were young, playing Monopoly with my sister. It always turned into a fight. It was never good.
I didn't know the name Ludo, but in German we would say human, don't get angry to that game.
Pretty bad. Yeah, it's just outrageous. But as I say, my sister and I, we played Monopoly and used to always end up fighting, throwing the board around. Good old Kiwis, very competitive. Anyway, any other questions? Must be just about done for our day. We've gone from sleeping and we went into having unique experiences about beyond mind, inside music, inside art and things, which I think was a lovely transition because it's all about this. It's all about the mind, getting out of the mind and having different experiences in life. And it's easy to do that if you're not tired. Otherwise, you're just fighting to survive. Yep. So it was a nice segue into a really beautiful subject. So thanks everybody for sharing their experiences of that. It was very cool. Oh, someone's moving next door. Anyway, so this is our last one today. We're off next time. We're talking about doing a level 2 masterclass to replace this class. So there'll be an email that will go out for people that have done level 2. So you can come to that class. And we'll do exercise and we'll do a Q&A with that one as well. But if you're not part of that, make sure you come and join the weekly classes. The weekly classes are still going. And they're free on YouTube, Tuesday morning. Oh, excuse me. There's one at 9 and one at 10 on a Tuesday morning, free classes. And every Tuesday. And also the monastery class. The people who've done the level 1 course, come and join the monastery class, which was before this one this morning. And do the monastery exercise, and we do philosophy of that as well. We were doing philosophy about the 10 principles today, which is really fascinating. We were talking about loyalty and about the understanding of the Chinese character for loyalty, what it actually really means, which is really lovely. And it had to do with loyalty. Wasn't just to other people. Loyalty was to do with heaven, loyalty with friends, loyalty to do with family, but loyalty to do with yourself. And I talked about the Chinese characters and understanding the principle of that, which was really beautiful. Anyway, no more questions. Well, have a beautiful day. And as I say, thank you for the support of the chats. Thank you for supporting the chats. They've been fun, but time to change, time to move on, do something new. Yeah. And have a great time, everybody. If I don't see you on the weekly classes, if you do come in the weekly classes, make sure you write in so I know you're there so I can say hello. Yep. Because I know it's a different time zone. So for most of you people, because it's a morning class, so I know it's difficult for European people. But if you do come to one of them, make sure you say hello so I know. Well, it'll be okay for those people that can't sleep at 3 o'clock in the morning. You'll be fine. It'll be perfect. Good to see you all, eh? Lots of love and care. And we'll
Thanks,
see you.
Peter.
Thank you. Bye.
You're very welcome.